107.5 The Game Podcasting is sponsored by Modern Exterminating, a family-oriented company. Professional, honest, and dependable pest control solutions. We're your one-stop shop for all pests. We do it all. We know what bugs you. Visit us online at pestfreesc.com. That's pestfreesc.com.
Welcome back in. It is The Extra Point. Tyler Head and Jack Belcher along with you on your Monday here on The Game. Of course, the entire basketball season getting set to wrap up this weekend with all the Final Fours, men's and women's. Men's Final Four is set. Women's going to be set later on tonight when Southern Cal and UConn play each other. And then Texas and TCU take each other on to punch the final tickets to the Final Four coming up in Tampa. But despite the fact that their season ended a couple weeks ago, men's basketball already very active in the transfer portal, getting a couple of early commitments already in Trayson Eaglestaff from North Dakota and then Christ Esendanko from Providence coming in via the transfer portal. I do think it's interesting, quickly here, a lot of Paris's strategy when it's come to getting guys out of the transfer portal is finding guys that are in-state talents that went elsewhere before, obviously transferring to South Carolina. You have a guy from North Dakota and a guy from France. That's about as far from South Carolina as you can get in terms of your first two portal commitments.
But again, maybe this is the part of realizing that, hey, what I did last year in the portal with your Paris maybe didn't work. And so this is good to see that you're going out here and looking for other options that maybe aren't your in-state guys. You always want to recruit in-state, but it's never a bad idea to go far away from home.
So Trayson Eaglestaff, 6'6" junior out of Bismarck, played for North Dakota this past season, averaged just a tick under 19 points, grabbed a little under 3 rebounds, 2.4 assists per game, and made about 42% of his field goals. Now, he was top 5 in the Summit League this past season when it came to overall points scored, as well as three-pointers, so somebody that's very effective from the outside as well. Yeah,
and this is a guy that the main stat that shows up on the score sheets here, 40 points against Alabama. That's impressive. That's impressive. That's against a team that just lost in the Elite Eight to Duke the other day, and he did it on 15 of 30 shooting, which is insane.
For good measure, in the quarterfinals of the Summit League championship game, 51 points against South Dakota State.
Yeah.
He was the offense in that game.
So this dude, he's going to take a lot of shots, and that's okay. He can hoop, it seems. So South Carolina definitely got a good score here in Eaglestaff, and I'm very excited to see what you pair him and Eli Ellis up, two guys that definitely require the rock a good bit. What does that look like for this upcoming season? It's a lot of shots that you're going to have to be replacing, so maybe it creates a lot of opportunities there for these guys to show up and make some noise.
Esendanko, 7-foot big man from France, played, fluctuating minutes, I'll say, at Providence this past year. Averaged 4.3 points per game, grabbed about 4 rebounds per game, under an assist, but did shoot 50% from the field when he was taking shots. And just kind of looking here again, he's going to get you, a handful of points, 6'6", 2, 9, 7, nothing crazy, but it's that presence down in the post that's going to be really important for a guy like him.
I think this is more of depth than anything. Like I don't think Esendanko is going to be your day one starter right away, unless maybe they just don't get someone else to replace what they're losing. But I will say, go back to what he did at St. Joe's 2 years ago. He shot 36% from the three-point line. So he's capable of obviously shooting from that deep. He obviously didn't shoot particularly well last year from deep, but he also played a lot more minutes, started a lot more for St. Joe's compared to Providence. So that's something to keep an eye on. If he can be a guy that he's a 7-footer, 290, that's impressive if he can shoot that well from three-point range. And maybe he provides you the minutes that maybe like a Jordan Butler had off the bench this year.
Yeah. So Coach Paris already very active in putting together his 2025-2026 team. And as we've talked about many times, it's going to be a vitally important year for the future of this program to make sure things get back on track after a disastrous year number 3.
Yep, a lot of work to do, but I feel like this is a pretty good start in the portal for Carolina.
Absolutely. We'll dive back into women's basketball coming up next as the Extra Point rolls along. Tyler Head, Jack Belcher, Sam Shapiro jumping here with me next on your Monday here on The Game.